Dear students, good morning. Welcome to this English online session. Today's topic is finite and non-finite verbs. In the previous session, we saw that is a simple introduction only. I gave you finite and non-finite verbs. Today we are going to see in detail. Listen to me. Finite and non-finite verbs. What are verbs? Already you know. Verbs are action words. There are two types of verbs, finite verbs and non-finite verbs. First one, finite verbs. What are finite verbs? First point, act as a verb. Finite verbs act as a verb. Second point, act as a main verb of a sentence or a class. Class means group of words having finite verb. For example, I am teaching you grammar. You are listening. So here with what is verb? I am teaching, I am teaching. You are listening or listening. This is verb. So we can identify tense also. I am teaching grammar now. I am teaching. What tense? Present continuous tense. Because ing means continuous. With the help of auxiliary verb, we have to identify what tense. Is, am, or plus verb 1 ing. That means present continuous. Was, were plus verb 1 ing plus past continuous. You are listening, are listening. Listening ing form, so continuous tense. Are present form, so present continuous tense. Is, am, or, was, were, these are be form. Already you know. So this one, act as, finite verbs act as a main verb of a sentence or a class. Main verb you know. I am teaching verb, which is main verb teaching. Am auxiliary verb, not helping verb. So here with the help of finite verbs we can identify the main verb of a sentence. Third point, indicate. Which indicate main, that is the finite verbs indicate number, person and tense. Here number means what? Singular or plural. Singular or plural, already you know. Singular you know, plural you know. Next one, person. Person means here first person, second person, third person. First person singular what? I. First person singular I. First person plural we. Second person singular you. Second person plural also you. For example, you are a student singular. You are students plural. So you that acts both singular and plural. Then he, she, it third person singular. They third person plural. So this one person. And tense. You know tense how many? There is a types 12. Basically 3. Simple present tense, simple past, simple future. Again each one is divided into continuous, perfect, perfect continuous. So here finite verbs indicate number, person and tense. See this example. Ramesh is watching online class now. Here Ramesh subject is watching verb. What tense is this one? Present continuous tense. So here already we have seen finite verbs that act as a main verb of a sentence. What is sentence? Sentence is a group of words. Take this one sentence only. He is watching. Here which is main verb? Watching. This one main verb. So this is finite verb. With the help of auxiliary verb, we have to find out what tense. Is watching, present continuous tense. Is, am, or plus verb 1 plus ing means present continuous tense. So here see this indicate number. Here what this one Ramesh, third person singular. Singular. So number here singular. Instead of Ramesh, they, that means plural. So we can identify, we can that indicates, because that verb indicates number also. Here is watching. See this subject there, this one singular. So here number singular. Next person, what person this one? Ramesh, third person singular. He, third person singular. tense. What tense? Present continuous tense. So with the help of verb, we can identify tense, person and number. Next one, they are used. Finite verbs are used in the present tense and the past tense. Present tense means its kinds also. Past tense also its kinds. There is continuous, perfect, present perfect. That is perfect continuous like that. Next one, we have to see finite verbs have to agree with the subject and change accordingly. See this example. I am drawing a picture now. Here in this sentence, what is verb? I am drawing. See next sentence. You are playing cricket now. Here verb are playing. My mother cooks food. Here verb cooks. Here what? Here given finite verbs have to agree with this subject. So this one subject. First one I, you, my mother subject. Then next one it agrees with this subject and change accordingly. See this verb I am drawing. I am drawing. Present continuous. For I we have to use am only. See this subject you. This one are paying. For you we have to use are only. You are paying. We never use am for you. You are. That's wrong. For I am. You are. That is subject verb agreement. How verb agrees with the subject. So we have to change accordingly. According to the number, tense and also person, we have to change the subject with the verb. See next one, my mother, third person singular, she cooks food. For third person singular, we have to add s to the verb. I cook food. I cook food. My mother cooks food. For third person singular, we have to add s to the verb. You understand? So finite verbs very easy. First point, finite verbs act as a verb. Second point, act as a main verb of a sentence or a class. Third point, finite verbs indicate person, number and tense. Third point, finite verbs are used in the present and the past tense. The next one, they have to agree with the subject and change accordingly. Finite verbs very easy because in all the sentences, finite verbs only used because with the help of finite verbs we can easily identify what tense it is. See next one, non-finite verbs. First, their function, how they function. Do not act as a verb. So just the opposite to finite verbs. They do not act as a verb. Next one, act as nouns, adjectives and adverbs. Do not indicate number, person or tense. Then non-finite verbs are usually gerunds, infinitives or participle. So here gerund means what? Ing form. Verb 1 plus ing. For example, cycling is a good exercise. Swimming is a good exercise. Swimming, ing form. So this one, gerund. Gerund that comes at first only. And also it acts as noun. Swimming, this is not verb. For example, I am swimming in this river. I am swimming in this river now. Am swimming, that is verb. Am swimming, present continuous tense. But in this sentence, swimming is a good exercise. Here swimming that acts as noun, that is gerund. So that only here, see this usually gerunds, infinitives or participle that act as noun. Noun means what? It acts as noun means that comes at first. For example, smoking is injurious to health. Smoking here, ing form, that is gerund that acts as noun. So here ing form, swimming is a good exercise. Here swimming, that is a gerund ing form. When it comes after subject means it will act as verb. I am swimming verb. When it comes at first means that is gerund. Reading is a good habit. Reading, gerund. So this one are usually gerunds. Then infinitive. What's infinitive? 2 plus verb 1, that is infinitive. To help the poor people is a good habit. To draw. Drawing is a good habit. To draw is a good habit. To draw. 2 plus verb 1, that is infinitive. So that comes as noun. Infinitives or participle. Participle, you know, two types. Present participle, past participle. Present participle means what? For example, if we take this verb give. Verb 1, gave. Verb 2, giving. Verb 3, that is maximum we use verb 3 means what? Past participle. So give, gave, given. Given, past participle, that is verb 3. Verb 4, giving, that is present participle. So in this maximum, that is we learn in this order only. Present tense verb 1, verb 2, verb 3. In active and passive voice you learn. Take, took, taken. Verb 1, verb 2, verb 3. So verb 3 past participle. Verb 4 present participle, that also ing form. But present participle and gerund that are not same. Now we have to see kinds of non-finite verbs. What are the kinds? Infinitives, gerund and participles. First one, already I told you, infinitive means 2 plus verb 1. Verb 1 means what? Eat, give, like the base form of the verb. Present form. So 2 plus verb 1. For example, to eat. After 2, always we should write verb 1 only. Present form only. Next one, gerund. Gerund means what? Verb 1 plus ing. Verb 1 if we take eat means eating. Next one, participle. Participle 2 types. Present participle and past participle. Present participle means ing form. For example, eating. Past participle means verb 3. Eat, ate, eaten. So here, first we have to see infinitives. Infinitives 2 types. Full infinitives and bare infinitives. Full infinitives means it is 2 plus a verb. 2 plus verb 1. For example, Pushpa wants to eat lunch with me. Here wants what? Verb. Wants verb. Pushpa subject. Wants to eat lunch with me. To eat. This one infinitive. 2 plus verb 1. Maximum that infinity that shows the future action only. So wants to eat lunch with me. 2 plus eat, this one verb 1. You understand? So infinitives 2 types. Full infinitives and bare infinitives. Full infinitive means 2 plus verb 1. The sentence we can be able to see 2 plus verb 1. That is full infinitive. Next we have to see bare infinitive. What is bare infinitive? Let's see. Bare means what? Without. I walk barefooted. That means wearing without slippers. So here bare infinitives means without 2. Full infinitive means 2 plus verb 1. Here there is no 2. That is bare infinitive without 2. So it is a verb without a 2. Here for example, Reena will help me do the work. Here will help verb. That is future tense. Will help me do this problem, do this work. To do, instead of that, to do means infinitive, full infinitive. Here there is no to. So here this one, without the to, this is bare infinitive. So if some verbs that comes means, we never write 2 plus verb 1. Some words I will tell you later. Bare infinitives example, what are the words? Using that words appear means we never use 2. So here help that comes means we never use here 2. So Reena will help me do the work. See next one, gerund. So before that, infinitive means what? 2 plus verb 1. 2 infinitives, full infinitive, bare infinitive. Full infinitive means 2 plus verb 1. Bare infinitive means without 2. Next one, gerund. Gerund is otherwise known as verbal noun. Verbal noun. Here, why it is called like that? Because gerund functions as a noun. What is noun? Noun is the name of person, place or thing. So here, it acts as, gerund acts as noun. Gerund has the same form as a present participle. Because present participle is also ing form. gerund also ing form. How we have to use? See this following. Here first one as a subject. Gerund that is used as a subject and a kind of a noun. For example, reading is a good habit. Here which is a noun? Reading. Reading is a noun which acts as, that is the noun. Gerund here ing form gerund which acts as noun, that comes at first. Reading is a good habit. I am reading a book, that means verb. I am reading verb that comes at first means it functions as a noun. Reading is a good habit, noun. This one gerund. So gerund acts as noun. So it is otherwise called as verbal noun. Next one example, learning a language is always useful. Learning, here this one gerund which functions as noun. Learning a language is always useful. Come to next one, as a compliment. Compliment means what? Compliment means what? It is used to complete the meaning of a sentence. Here see the sentence, her liking is cooking. Her liking is cooking. Here cooking, that is not verb. Her liking is cooking. That one ing form that comes as object. So that is here as complement. Complement means that comes after be form and also it acts as complement used to complete the meaning of a sentence here. Her liking is cooking. That is here now. Next one used in compound noun. Walking stick. Walking ing form. So this one walking stick means what? That is a compound word. So here that is used in compound noun. That is a stick that is used to walk. That is a walking stick. As subject acts as a complement and used in compound word, compound noun. And also it comes as an object. Rita likes dancing. Object means what? What we have to ask? What or whom? If we get answer for the questions, what or whom? That means object. What does Rita like? Dancing. So this one comes as an object. Here object dancing ing form, that is not verb here. That is gerund form ing gerund. It comes at first means here we have seen this sentence. Reading is a good habit. Learning a language is always useful. So here that comes as subject. Here that comes as object ing form gerund. Do you understand? Yes students, till now we have seen infinitives and gerund. Next we have to see participles. Participles are otherwise known as verbal adjectives. Verbal adjectives. Here this one, participles come after a noun to describe it. See this example, the baby singing in the room is my child. The baby noun form, that is subject. Singing, that is here not verb, this one participle. What participle? Present participle, ing form. The baby singing in the room is my child. The baby is singing, that means verb is singing, present continuous. The baby singing in the room is my child. Here it is only verb. You understand? So here ing form, that is present participle. So here participle, present participle that comes after a noun. So it comes after a noun to describe it. Singing in the room. The baby singing in the room is my child. So this is used to describe it. Next one, a present or past participle can function as an adjective phrase to describe a noun placed before it. The same only. Present participle ing form or past participle, anyone that can function as an adjective phrase. Phrase means what? Group of words without a finite verb. Here adjective phrase. Adjective means what? Adjective is a word which is used to describe noun. So here, the baby singing in the room is my child. The bird flying in the sky is the lark, skylark. That is a bird. So here, flying. Here this one flying in the sky. This one phrase. Singing in the room. This is a phrase. Why that is adjective phrase? Because it describes the noun. Here singing. Who is singing? The baby. Here also flying. The bird is flying. So these words are used to describe noun form. So this is called verbal adjectives. So a present or past participle can function as an adjective phrase to describe a noun placed before it. These are the two examples. Next one, participles are used as a verb. Here say this Sita is sleeping. This sleeping verb. Take this verb sleeping ing form, so that acts as verb. Next one, it is used. Participle is used as an adjective. Adjective means which describes noun. Here example, she is a retired principal. Retired principal, that is here adjective because this one about whom she. It explains noun form. So here that is used as what? Noun. Here adjective is used as an adjective. She is a retired principal. So here retired principal that refers to she. So that is used as an adjective. You understand?
Dear students, now we have to see forms of participle. First one, present participle. Present participle are gerund, both are same only because ing form only. Don't get confusion. Present, that is ing form that comes at first means that is gerund. Here see this verb plus ing, laugh plus ing, laughing. The laughing boy is my brother. The laughing boy, that is noun form, is my brother, is verb, my brother, complement. So here this one, the laughing boy, fully present participle. And also the laughing boy here that acts as noun form. That laughing, after that noun form will come. Boy noun here, laughing present participle. The laughing boy, that is here acts as noun. Next one, past participle. For that we have to add d or ed or en or n or t to verb 1. For example, like, take present form, like plus d, liked. Like, liked, liked. Verb 3, liked. Past participle means verb 3. Next one, ed. That is with laugh, if we add ed means we will get laughed. Ed means the same only past tense and past participle. Next one, en. Break, broke, broken. Next one, n we have to add. For that you have to find out yourself what give, gave, given. Give plus n, given. We will get verb 3. Then n, learn, learnt, learnt. So like this. So to get past participle we have to add anyone, d or ed or en or n or t to verb 1. See example, a burnt child dreads the fire. Here a burnt child, present participle and past participle, after that noun form will come. Child here noun. Burnt verb 3. Burn, burnt, burnt verb 3. Burnt child dreads the fire. Do you know the proverb? This is proverb. சூடு கண்ட பூனை அடுப்பண்டை சேராது. See next one, perfect participle. For that format, having plus past participle. After having, we should write verb 3, past participle. For example, having plus, if we take finished, that is verb 3, having finished. For example, having finished his homework, he went out to play. This one simple sentence. ing means simple sentence. This one derived from complex sentence, that should be after he had finished his homework, he went out to play, because both the incident in past tense. We have to find out which one took place earlier. For that we have to use past perfect tense. Second incident we have to use simple past tense. In this sentence, first he finished his homework, then he went to play. So first incident we have to write with past perfect. After he had finished his homework, he went out to play. While writing in simple, we have to find out ing form for had. Had past, ing present form have. Add ing having. So after that write on verb 3. Having finished his homework, he went out to play. So if any sentence begins with having plus verb 3, that means perfect participle. That one. Do you understand?